Well, g'day guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's 2-minute tip, I'm going to be showing you how to use these. These are called heat shrink, self-solder, butt splice connectors. What a mouthful. If you want to up your game on your 12-volt wiring, then stay tuned. So thanks for sticking around, guys. Okay, before we even make a start on this, for the benefit of our American viewers, I want to teach you how to pronounce solder. Okay, it's spelled S-O-L-D-E-R. So it's pronounced solder. It's not solder, okay?
See, many of you need a thesaurus more than you need a constitution. And if you don't know what a thesaurus is, get a dictionary, work your way forward.
All right, sorry guys, sorry for the little dig there. It always makes me laugh when I hear solder. I don't understand it, but there you go. All right, so here's the scenario. As I said in one of my previous videos, this is the trickle charger that I use to maintain my motorcycle battery. I had this connected to the battery via the terminals with an SAE connector. But because I'm a dummy, I forgot to disconnect it before I rode the bike out of the garage. So now I need to reconnect it. In my last video using a multimeter, I showed you how to determine the polarity. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out right now. Okay, so that was super simple. Now we've established our polarity, what we need to do is grab one of those little connectors, and I'm not giving it the full title again, because it's quite a mouthful. So there's my connector. So obviously you need to get the right size for your wire, or the gauge of your wire. And typically they get sold in little boxes like this. Let's see if I can open this up without tipping them all on the floor. Okay, so lots of different sizes. I think you've got four sizes in there. Okay. So we'll grab our connector, and then the next thing we need to do is grab our little gas torch. Now you can use a heat gun, probably a bit more efficient, a bit more reliable. This can be a little bit dodgy. You've got to be careful that you don't get too close with that and burn through the cable. And you're also going to need some wire strippers. These are your typical standard 12-volt auto electrician crimper strippers. Now if I zoom in on the connector, you can see it's made out of 3 elements. Right in the middle is the little package of solder, not solder. Boring. Okay. That's going to solder the wires together. Then on either side you've got some adhesive, so that binds to the wire. And then on the outside you've got that heat shrink to give you that waterproof coating. Now what I do is go a step further. As well as that, as a sleeve, I also use some heat shrinking tube. And you need to make sure you feed that onto your wires, obviously, before you connect with this. All right, so let's zoom in and I'll show you how we do it. Now, as I've already established in my previous video, I've identified which side of this is positive, and I've actually marked that with a little flag just so I don't get the wrong one by mistake. All right then, step 1, get your wire and strip back about 8 to 10 millimeters of the insulation, the outer insulation, and I've done that using my crimper. I'm sure you don't need me to show you how to do that. All right, the next thing you're going to do is grab your connectors or your box of connectors and grab one that suits that gauge of wire. In this case I'm using the red one, which is a 1.5 to 2.5 millimeter diameter or thickness of wire. Okay, and then what you do is, I'll come in real close, You slide it on so that the adhesive is over the insulated outer, and then you'll see the solder ring is around the core of the cable. All right, so that's step one. Then the next thing I'm going to do is grab the positive on that side, and as a double safety feature, what I do is thread on some heat shrink and just drop that down out the way, and we're going to use that as an extra layer afterwards. Okay, so I'll grab the other wire, and then we'll push this wire so it meets the other wire under the solder. Okay, so you can see I've got both wires. Hopefully we're focusing on that. Both wires are now meeting up under that ring of solder. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your little gas torch or your heat gun. Don't use a lighter because it tends to burn through. And then with a steady heat flame, don't get too close. Just keep moving backwards and forwards. And hopefully I'll turn the wire around so you can see it. You'll see. Keep that flame moving so we don't burn through. Obviously watch your fingers. And there it is, guys. Now that is still quite warm and therefore still quite soft. So we'll give that a couple of minutes just to cool down and establish the tight bond. Okay, just a little tip at this point, guys. As you can see, just for the benefit of this video, I'm actually using the back of the bike. Don't put it on your seat. You're going to burn your seat and get really upset with me. All right, guys, so that's finally gone off. It didn't take too long, and as you can see, it is quite a solid bond. If you pull it hard, it will come apart, but that's quite solid. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is slide on my heat tubing over the top, and then I'm going to use the gas torch again, little heat torch, and we'll shrink this tubing into place. And again, be careful not to get in too close. Be nice and patient, take your time, and that should shrink down quite nicely. So as you can see, I've now got the heat shrink tubing in place as well. All I need to do is repeat the process on the next two wires. All right, guys, so there you go. We have got both in place now, and I'm actually going to leave that red flag on there for the next time that I do it, so I don't have to mess around with the multimeter. All right. Now, as a last and final step, what I'm going to do is use my new best friend. This is your old auto electrician's cloth tape, and I'm going to put tape all the way around. Just leave that little red flag exposed. Now, to do that, you can either get somebody to hold that end and keep it quite tight whilst you wrap around the tape. Because I'm working by myself here, I'm going to use some electrical tape. I'm going to tape the end of it to the bar there. I'll just move the camera. Tape the end of it to the bar there, stretch it out, and then I'll use some of the cloth tape. All right, let's do that. Okay, so my electrical tape's holding it in position, and then we'll put on our cloth tape and just gently and there you go, guys. That's probably as strong as you're gonna get. Although, guarantee when I drive off on the bike and it's still plugged in, it'll rip it out. But it'll stop somebody pulling it out if they trip over it. All right, we'll refit it on the bike and then we'll wrap up. And there you go, guys. We're charging again. So, all in all, I think that's a great solution. It's waterproof, it's strong, there's no exposed copper. Anyway, if this video has helped you out, do me a favor, help me out, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for future content. As always, thanks for dropping by. Ride safe. Have a great day.